The truth behind some of the most wholesome and famous children's stories can be often quite dark.
Our first example is The Little Mermaid. The Disney version of this tale is a nice story of love with a side of deception. The movie can be darker in a few scenes, but it can't compare to the original story of Ariel by the Grimm brothers. In the original story, the Little Mermaid fell in love with a human prince whom she saved from drowning. But unlike Disney's adaptation, she was not driven to wish for legs out of curiosity for life on the surface. Instead, it was only for her love for the prince. Ariel seeks out the sea witch Ursula to wish for legs. In return, she cuts off her tongue and gives up her voice. The sea witch gives Ariel a draught, which she shall drink to gain legs. When Ariel stands on land, it feels as if knives are digging into her legs, and as if they're being slashed apart by swords. The prince finds Ariel on the shore and takes her to the palace, where she dances for him, even if it feels like her legs are being torn apart. Though Ariel loves the prince, he did not love her in the same way she loved him. He loved her platonically as someone would love a child. Throughout the story, he refers to Ariel as my child. Later, the prince becomes wed to another woman. Their wedding takes place out at sea on a boat. Ariel dances painfully at their wedding and later rests at the side where her sisters wait in the water. They gave their hair to Ursula in exchange for a magic knife that once kills the prince will return her tail. If she does not kill the prince by sunrise, she will die and fade into nothing. Ariel does not bring herself to kill the prince and is greeted by the daughters of air, who tell her she has no soul but will gain one if she becomes one of them by waiting 300 years. Ariel is essentially trapped in a purgatory, forced to watch the world around her for years. She will have to watch over children, and if they find a good one, the time will be shortened by 1 year. But if they are greeted by a bad child, another day will be added. The story ends there.
The moral of the original story is that no matter how much suffering and sacrifice one undergoes, there may be no real reward and there will not always be a happy end.